Hello there, and welcome back to Non Name Talks.
It's great to be here. Okay, so let's get into this deep dive on self-love. We're on a mission today to figure out if focusing on yourself is, actually selfish.
Or if it's the complete opposite, maybe it's the foundation for all ethical behavior.
Exactly. We've pulled from all over ancient Greek philosophy, modern psychology, even research on social media.
And it's fascinating how far back this debate goes. I mean, you look at Aristotle, and he argued in the Nicomachean Ethics that true self-love is actually necessary for a moral life.
Wait, a necessary ingredient. How does that work?
Yeah.
How does me focusing on my own well-being automatically help my community?
Well, because for Aristotle, true self-love meant pursuing the honorable course. So that means living by virtues like courage, generosity, justice. You can't be generous in a vacuum, right? It requires other people. So the core idea here is that the more you care about your own flourishing, the more motivated you are to see the whole world flourish with you.
So it's not competitive, it's an internal standard. Which, that brings us right to the modern idea of self-esteem. Our sources talk about it as this quiet, unshakable satisfaction.
Exactly. Self-esteem isn't loud. It's about recognizing your existing worth, which then, motivates you to love and to grow. Think of your core self like a seed.
Like a seed, okay.
It's already whole and complete. It just hasn't fully developed yet.
I like that metaphor.
Hmm.
So things like trauma or abuse or even, say, a huge success, those are all externals. They can either shine a light on that seed or cover it with dirt, but they don't actually change the seed itself.
Correct. But this is where we run into a very modern problem. Emotional dependence.
Right.
This is when that quiet internal worth starts needing constant external validation. You feel anxious if a text goes unanswered or down because a post didn't get enough likes.
And that's the gateway to codependency, isn't it? Our sources define it as a reactionary process.
Yes. You allow someone else's behavior to affect you, and then you become obsessed with trying to control their behavior just to make yourself feel stable again.
It sounds absolutely exhausting.
It is. And it's futile. The only way out, and it's so counterintuitive, is detachment.
Detachment, so just letting go.
Mentally and emotionally disengaging from those unhealthy ties. It's releasing a person or a problem, often in love, and realizing, okay, I am responsible for myself, not for them.
So how do we actually build that internal resilience so we don't fall into those traps? The sources seem to really emphasize solitude.
Yeah, that time alone is crucial for self-knowledge, for mental clarity.
Yeah.
And that's where self-compassion can really start to grow.
And self-compassion is key.
Hmm?
Mindfulness helps us see our flaws and our failures, not as these huge personal defects, but as ordinary things that happen to everyone.
Right. It stops that harsh inner critic, which is the absolute enemy of self-worth.
One of the most practical tools mentioned was cognitive therapy, or CT. The idea is to catch those negative automatic thoughts.
Yes, those distortions. For example, your partner comes home grumpy, and your first thought is, they're mad at me, what did I do?
That's personalizing, right? Taking it all on yourself.
Exactly. CT helps you pause, see the distortion, and choose a more likely thought, like, they probably just had a really tough day at work. It takes the personal sting out of it.
And we can't ignore the body-mind connection. I mean, all our sources point to it. Better sleep, exercise, nutrition. It's not optional if you want to build mental resilience.
You just can't build a strong mind on a depleted system. It's foundational.
Which brings us back to that external mirror. Social media. The research on Instagram, for instance, shows a really strong link with body dissatisfaction and low self-esteem.
And the key factor there, the thing that mediates that negative effect, is comparison. It's people constantly comparing their own appearance and their lives to others.
It's the direct opposite of Aristotle's internal, non-competitive standard of worth that we started with.
It just proves that true strength comes from realizing your value isn't something you need others to validate. It's an inherent state you have to preserve.
So what does this all mean for you? If true self-love, like the ancient philosopher said, is really the foundation for an ethical life, what's one small act of genuine, non-comparative self-care you can do today that might just lead to a greater positive action in your community tomorrow?